Secretary of State, Nevada, co-actor, lien claimant concerning Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association and Wilcox Ranch Ditch Company. Writ for habeas corpus. And I'm going to give a little explanation. This thing's 165 pages. You can see the case number here. If you have Pacer, you can see they denied it, and I expected that. That wasn't the reason why I did it. Okay? And we have the evidence on the record. When we go to the bigger cases, this is going to be entered as evidence. They know, they were served. The Attorney General knows. They're all served with this. You can see it. So here it is, writ for habeas corpus, okay? Claimant witness, I'm a whistleblower and I'm a victim. Title fraud. The Secretary of State is now considered a lien claimant, and I'll explain why. Francisco V. Aguilar, I went after his office, and I also went after his private. Because this guy, I'm wondering, he's perjuring his oath. Okay, so you got the petition, writ, order the clerk, hearing, and then an order, exhibits 1 through 6, and then I also provided him a 1,223 pages supporting criminal claims notice attached herein, previously delivered to the federal grand jury, who also is not answering. They don't want to touch this thing. It's a hot potato because they've damaged 80 property owners. People that have bought those properties in there have defective title, and the title companies are involved in it. State Farm's involved in it. Professional attorneys, professional liability insurance is involved in it. Washoe County's $5 million bond is involved, etc. Okay, Does and Rows 1 through 100. Okay, and I had it in here. Respondents to finish co-actors proof of standing challenge for any representation. In other words, I'm going to challenge any attorney that comes on this because they're refusing to protect rights. So they're suborning perjury, perjury of oath, etc. Okay, go down here, the petition claim, I'm just going to show a little bit because this thing's so long, but it was sent to him, and you see it's already been filed. Okay, this is for restraint, detention of liberties, property rights, interests, and titles, trespass by Francisco V. Aguilar, et al. Okay, doing business, state of Nevada, here's a DUNS number. Research the Clearfield Doctrine, DBA, the United States government. This is a DUNS number on the United States government, who are supposed to provide we the people with 19 enumerated services. Okay, this is not the United States of America, okay? And they have an oath of office, and the United States is the guarantors. Okay, and I'm relating this for the United States of America. That's where I'm from. Respondents. Okay, and it was sent to the chief judge. Of course, that was hijacked, but I got his successors or assigns. So you go through here. This is basically given the thing here. Okay, jurisdiction and venue and all this. I'm going to make this short because it's so long. I want to get to the writ itself. Okay. So they have our title rights in their custody, is what this is. And people don't understand these habeas corpus. A lot of these courts don't understand that this can be used this way, but they don't. It's not normal because attorneys will never do this. Okay, but it's correct. Our title rights are in their custody, and they're leaning on us. And the Secretary of State is now a lien claimant, refusing to identify who made they threatened me with a Class C felony. That's why I stopped all movements in Wilcox Ranch, because they refused to do anything about this, and they threatened me with a Class C felony. And now they're refusing to tell me who did it, who made the claim. They know who did it. Okay, and I believe it's Patrick Millsap or James Lee Schreck. Okay, but I haven't proven that yet, but they won't tell me. So I've sent several FOIAs. They give me this BS letter, and they're not going to tell me who did it under some bullshit. And now, so I started FOIAing. I got 2 FOIAs in for his oath of office, and now they're refusing that. They all know. So they're a lien claimant now because I have we have a fraud claim against their perpetuity vote under their notary seal filed in a court case. And they won't tell me. Here's their fraud complaint right here. They're refusing to tell me who made the fraud claim against me, Class C felony. Okay? They're refusing to do anything about it. And I have a right to know who's leaning on my property. And I'm holding the Secretary of State accountable and liable for all the damages and the roads not being done up to Washoe County grading code for the last 5 years. They're responsible. It'll take well over $1 million to clean it up. And I'm saying they're responsible as a co-actor for not telling me. Okay, I've tried to get everything here. And as you come down, it tells all this stuff. Okay. You know, here's a conclusion. I know other court senators are non-attorney, not trained in law in this instant matter at issue of writ for habeas corpus to determine the nature and cause of the custodians, respondents, defendants, and attorneys' action in their sworn testimony. Well, they're not going to tell me. And it's funny, I did a motion to reconsider in this case, and it's just sitting there. They know. Now that they're going to protect the Secretary of State, I'm going after everybody. I'm tired of this crap. This stuff's going to go to the Trump administration, and this is going to go to Elon Musk because Washoe County is receiving federal funding. And they're violating the shit out of our rights, and I'm not putting up with it. I'm a whistleblower, and I'm going to rat them all out. Okay? I will continue. I could do this every day. You don't know how much I got in these papers. Okay? This is a tort claim against these people. And this is all done. Then, here's the writ. Here's the writ. Now, there's other things to this, but I want to, basically, you're going to go through here some of the same stuff and trying to get them to call them out. But, of course, they don't do it. They you know, because they're protecting the bar is what this is. But we talk about all the cases in here. There's all the cases are in here. Okay, so the first thing I want is their oath of office, which they're refusing to give me. I have 2 FOIAs on it so far. I'm going to do it one more time. They're refusing to give me the Secretary of State's oath of office. Because if they do, they just admit that they're perjuring their oath. That's why. They won't give it to me. Okay, so they're simulating legal process, posing as judicial officers of the United States, and they're not. Okay, they're foreign agents. 2, let's see here, Exhibit 2, we'll go look at that. Here's a deposition. Secretary of State admits, confesses, Exhibit 3, file stamp deposition, verified notice. 4, admits, confesses, Exhibit 4, land patent claim, which I have a land patent claim on our property. Okay, they're trespassing on my title. He's a lien claimant, along with Gail Kern and Washoe County, who's their county recorder and tax assessor are also co-actors. They're over there assessing my interest to that property. They're assessing like a 25% increase on taxes while we have no road access. And so they're lien claimants. Okay, so you go through here. Basically, we'll go in here and we'll look at these exhibits that I provided with them. Boy, they jumped all over this thing immediately and denied it, which I knew they would. Okay, they're dirty. They're dirty. And they've been caught. Okay, so that's basically what, there's a bunch of pieces to this. Like I said, if you really want to review it, and you have PACER right here, 325CV00028MMD-CLB. Okay, here's the public records request. Okay, requesting copies of the complainant and to identify as a right to know the nature and cost of any accusers, identify the statement of claim for due process. In other words, I want to know who turned me in for a Class C felony. That's a big threat. And now they don't want to tell me. And they don't want to do anything about the other frauds. So they're the fraudsters. The Secretary of State's the fraudster. And he's acting as a lien claimant on my property rights. He's damaged me. Okay? And there's I filed a $5 million insurance claim against Washoe County's bond because they're all acting together, refusing to do anything about this Wilcox Ranch Properties Owners Association. Okay, there's the postal. The Secretary of State, they got notice of it. There it is right there. It was delivered. Okay. They don't want to say they don't want to get it. Here's a letter denying me from this Shauna Backadal, whoever she is, I don't know. Okay. Now they're refusing to answer anything from me. They're busted. Here's a second request. Here's a second request. Okay, you don't want to give me, you don't want to tell me who's leaning on my property? Then you're a lien claimant, Francisco. You're corrupt. The state of Nevada is corrupt. This guy needs to be removed from office. There it is right there. You got it again. Okay, there's the email. Colleen Metzger, she's the one that sent me the thing, threatened me with a Class C felony. Right there. She was sent this. So somebody's telling them not to do it. I don't know who it is. It could be the governor because of the $100 billion 10-year deal coming up in there, or the $500 billion deal with Apple. I don't know. These data centers, there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of building. Here's the third and final request for the fraud complaint perpetuity vote. This is what I'm claiming, that they're committing fraud under the Secretary of State seal. And Shauna Backadal, Deputy Secretary, she got it. Okay, there it is right there. Okay. You know, federal questions and land patents all in there. That was all denied. Okay, so here's all the Secretary of State and all this stuff that they did. Showing right here the term for which the association exists is perpetual. This is the fraud vote that the former officers and co-actors and Gail Kern attorneys filed right here, making these representations on our title, which are defective. And now the county's attacking us on code enforcement when they know this. Here's the signature of the president, Bob Naring, who I have a criminal claim against. Here it is here. Under Secretary of State, they did all this, saying it exists, and then they tried to say it doesn't exist. Here's the lien from Gail Kern on our properties, right there. And if you don't pay, they take. And we have proof of about 4 takes in all the books and records of this home equity theft scheme that's operated by Washoe County, the tax assessor, and the recorder, and everybody else. Another lien. Gail Kern under notary. Here's the perpetuity votes, all the adverse parties that voted it in. And, you know, it looks like they voted it in because they were attacking Mr. Belfort, and we have emails saying that Gail Kern told them that we didn't have the authority to do what they were doing behind the scenes, and they tried to railroad over him, but he beat them. He beat them. Here's a case number here. What's this one? Why is that one flipped? Okay, this one. This is, let me rotate this. I want to see that. So this one, Belfort filed deposition facts verified, extensive ink papers, tally property fraud claims, notice evident facts, the record under officer witness seal. So you can see it's been filed, and they ignored it all in the small claims court. Secretary of State got it. Here's all the emails.